It's your boy Gento.
It's your boy Gin and Tonic.
It's your boy. It's your boy.
Yo, it's all 100s. A.
We could just kind of just go in. We could just go in.
Let's just
I
go
think
in.
we just go in. Yeah, let's just go in. You know. We just in the I'm Just Saying podcast.
Yeah, I'm just saying podcast. Bro, I'm just saying, let's talk about artist scams that we be finding on Instagram these days and all of these things that we be running across that I really feel like a lot of people should be educated on, man.
I think it's crucial because, from my personal opinion, man, Instagram is a dirty game. And it's
Facts.
a lot of ways that as an artist, especially as an upcoming artist, when you just kind of on your own, you got no direction, you really don't know how to, maneuver. I ain't know how to maneuver, and I'm still trying to figure out how to maneuver. But Instagram is one of them places where you could have a decent amount of money saved up, and you could use that money to really, you could really push your career. But you can waste so much money on Instagram because there's so many niggas out there trying to finesse and trying to, run game. It's literally a scam for everything. The list goes on. You probably know some scams.
That's a fact, man. I mean, we run across so many things. Like, I know I personally, man, just in my career as an artist, I ran into so many different, so-called opportunities that people try to present to you. And, I ain't too proud to say that I've been down some of these roads. You got to learn, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way that you're able to grow and get information. But I've been down a lot of these roads and I've seen a lot of these different things, man. And I be wondering, man, because I see other people, man, get sucked into these schemes and they start posting a promo and they stuff like that. And it's I be seeing some of this stuff and it's kind of cringy because it's man, I don't know if you know, but that's not as legit as it seems. And it could be a different experience for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But I just know personally what it was for me and what my experience was and how I learned and grew from that.
Right. It's a lot of shit out there, man. I know one that really is irritating me right now, man, is that tag a dope artist bullshit. Man,
tag a dope artist, bro.
You got legends out here.
Tag a dope artist.
You got legends out here trying to finesse people for $500. Come on, man.
It's a fact, bro. It's a fact.
Better.
It's a fact, man. Yo, the tag a dope artist thing is probably that's top of my list. That's definitely on the top of my list. The tag a dope artist scam is probably the worst one that's been going on right now since the pandemic. You'll see, big artists that you respect and you grew to love throughout their careers and, throughout their careers or whatever. And these are people that, have attained a high level of success, you know what I'm saying? And they're using that success, man, to really trick their fans and use their fans in their time of despair, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy, it really makes me look at some of these artists in a different light, you know what I'm saying? It really makes me look at some people and be like, man, I really thought you was this type of person, but you really not.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because I feel like if you was really a stand-up guy, you know what I'm saying? You would really, you would make that an opportunity for your fans. You wouldn't, because I see these projects time and time again. This tag a dope artist thing, what it is basically, you'll see a big artist. I'm not gonna say no names off the bat. I'm not gonna say no names. Let's say we're gonna say, you can say whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And just a disclaimer that we're not saying that this is 100. We're gonna get more in detail, but we're not saying this is 100% a scam. But
right,
I will say that from personal experience, it's extremely misleading.
It's very misleading. I think that's the biggest thing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's very misleading. And I'm gonna be honest, for the price that they charging people, it's really not worth it. But to make you more familiar with it, it could be any artist, you know what I'm saying? A lot of you have probably been scrolling down your timeline and you see this, and it'll be from an artist that you like or follow or whatever. And then what'll happen is you'll get a contact from, who you perceive to be that artist, whether it is or whether it's not. I don't really know. I've had a few of these interactions with these so-called, celebrities, and I'm gonna be honest, they all seem the same. It seems like a script. There's no real replies, you know what I'm saying, from what we're getting. Like, I'm not getting no real replies. You know what I'm saying? I could say peanut butter and jelly, and he'll be like, yeah, that's dope. I'm really feeling your music. And I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, these are people I respect. And
Right.
I don't know, like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but they'll hit you up. They'll offer you a spot on their mixtape that they're about to drop. They'll tell you, oh, we're going to drop it on this Block 365 website. We're going to drop it on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? No official platform, nowhere where it's really going to get no steam. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. And I understand that, you know, a lot of artists don't be having their, you know, their publishing and, you know, the clearances for their beats and things like that. Like, I can understand why they would do it from that direction, but it's still not as heavily promoted as is presented to you in the beginning. And I can only say that because personally, and this is my personal experience, and I don't really care about names dropping or nothing like that, because I feel like I did what I did and said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did the whole Bow Wow did some shit like that. Somebody tagged me in the shit. The nigga hit me up in my DM. He was like, oh, da-da-da-da. So it seemed like at first, this is really early on. I'm going to say this is probably earlier on this year. You know what I'm saying? He was like talking about some shit about this mixtape, da-da-da-da. He was like, yo, I got spots. You know what I mean? All this stuff. I'm going to be promoting this. Going to be. So I'm like, yo, so it sounds like you talking to a real person. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. This is probably like beginning of coronavirus thing. So this is still fairly new. Like, people wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, onto this right there at the moment. You know what I'm saying? The post was like, it was probably 5,000 comments in the post. And I'm like, oh shit, he picked me out. 5,000 people. Like, that's crazy. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? You know what I'm saying? The first thing I made a mistake on is when he was talking to me, he's talking to me about money. He's asking me for money. You know what I'm saying? First of all,
Right.
A celebrity.
That's a red flag right there.
Big red flag right there. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that I blew right by because you're so enamored with the, oh, this is such and such. And not even because such and such is a big star, but such and such might be a big piece to your career of getting connected to the right people. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about opportunity. So it's more so an opportunity than you know, being starstruck about a certain person. You know what I'm saying? So, but you lose focus. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to what I'm saying right now is you lose focus because you feel like, oh, I'm talking to so-and-so. And believe me, there's a lot of different artists that do this. You know what I'm saying? So boom, $500. He's talking about $500. So I'm like off the rip. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying this guy $500 to be on a mixtape. It already doesn't sound like it's worth it. But I will go a certain amount. I was like, yo, I'll go half of that. Said 250. He was like, yo, I understand. So immediately I was taken back because you gave me a price on something. You made it you told me how limited it was. You know what I'm saying? And then you immediately took half off the price because I said I was willing to give you that. So it's already now you're in some what's your budget type shit. You know what I'm saying? You just going for whatever I got in my pocket. Whatever I give you is what you'll charge me. You know what I'm saying? So I paid $250. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, $250 to be on the shit. Shit comes out like 2 months later. This shit is like 50 tracks. It's like literally like 2 mixtape with probably like 50 tracks. So it's probably 100 tracks in total. So think about that for a second. If they charge everybody anywhere from $200 to $500 to be on a mixtape with 40 or 50 tracks of tape, they put out 2 at a time. They making big money off of that. And all they doing is hustling you. They hustling their fans. They getting over. So that's the mixtape Blocks 365, Tag a Dope Artist. That shit is a scam. In my opinion, that shit is a scam. I know some people did it. You know what I'm saying? They offer you these shout outs. They offer you, I do your intro.
And I challenge, if you an artist and you did that and you had a good experience, please let me know.
Yeah.
Joey Lux, at Joey Lux. You can find me on Instagram. At me, please, because I you know, from the research I did and from the experiences and people that I've seen interacting with these kind of things, that shit's a waste of money.
Facts.
It's a big waste of money.
Huge waste of money.
You know, as an artist, we're going to get into it. There's so many different avenues and so many different ways you can push your money around. $500 will literally, you know, $500, shit, you invest that shit right, and you got good music, you got a good product, you got a good image, that shit could take you over a hump. Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying it's gonna break you.
Facts.
But it can get you in a lot of conversations if you know how to move it around.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you think about that $500 for an artist. Let's say you're an artist that still don't record yourself, or you pay to go to the studio still. You know what I'm saying? And you haven't really invested your knowledge into learning how to record yourself and engineer and things like that, which is something that all artists should be doing. I'm a big advocate for that. You know what I'm saying? That was something that I did from the very beginning, is try to eliminate that overhead from myself. And we're going to talk about that too. But $500 could have got you started into recording yourself. You could have got a decent mic.
Fact.
You could have got, you know what I mean, maybe a pair of monitors on sale, or if you don't have a computer program.
In this day and age, 2020,
Fact.
with the amount of resources we have and the amount of technology we have, $500 will get you a radio ready song.
Absolutely.
And you can, and whoever want to argue about that, tell them to come talk to me.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, I'm telling you, man, $500 is you ain't gonna have the best of the best, but you'll have a song that an A&R hear, you know, somebody hear, a radio, a DJ will hear, and they'll play that shit and it sound good. But I mean, also you got to have the knowledge and the skills. But $500 is enough to, you know, you could change your life with $500.
Yo, that's a
rather
fact.
than investing in some whack ass mixtape, you know,
Or just investing
no
in
disrespect to
something.
anybody that's doing it.
Yeah, facts.
But just move it around and you can invest it rather than put yourself on a mixtape with 40 other artists.
Exactly. Some shit that's not really going. And 40 other artists and no plays. You know what I'm saying? That person don't. Whoever the person is, like, that shit wasn't supported. That Bow Wow shit wasn't supported. Anybody posted that shit on their story or some shit like that, maybe 1 or 2 times. But man,
And I don't believe these artists are even doing it. I don't believe that you're actually talking to the
facts.
artist.
And that was another big thing that after I was
I don't
approached.
think Bow Wow doing is dirty.
Exactly. I think it's a company. I think that Block 365 gets some type of access to their account where they're allowed to message people and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it is. Because I was approached by a bunch of different people with the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't go for that shit after the first time. You know what I'm saying? But that's just one of the many ways, you know what I'm saying, that you can waste your money because that gets you nothing. You know what I'm saying? It may get you a little popularity with the people who aren't familiar. But once people start picking up game on what that is, and you know what I'm saying, it's like, it's not even a badge. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you did something or accomplished something, or you really work with somebody. It's really just like, yo, you paid somebody to be a part of a thing. And I'm gonna be honest, personally, I didn't even promote that. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of y'all, that might be the first time that you heard that I even did that. Like, I paid the money for it, seeing what it was out of curiosity, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily because I was enamored with the, oh shit, I'm gonna be on a such and such mixtape. I didn't really give a fuck about that. I just wanted to see what it was gonna do for my career.
Right.
And it did nothing.
It was more about the connection.
Exactly.
It's more about the connection. And I think that's the selling point in the whole scam. It's not the mixtape, you know what I mean? It's the fact that you working with somebody that you admire, somebody that you respect their work, you respect their craft. And for them to kind of disrespect you
Facts.
and take, you know, it's some niggas out there. I done heard stories of people getting asked for $1,000, like all types of bullshit, you know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's disrespectful for somebody of that stature to use their fans in a sense. Like, you're not even interacting with me, number one. You're not even having a real conversation with me, but you asking me for $1,000. Like, you don't really care
Think
about me. You
that. This
cared
person
about
who
me.
makes thousands, you supposed to make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and you asking me for $1,000. You should be
Yeah,
offer-
like, it don't even make
First
sense.
off, I think the first rule of thumb for that is anybody who asks you for money, that's not an opportunity. That's a scam. Point blank, period. And like I said, if you had a different experience, reach out to me. Tell me. I'll bring you on the next show. We could talk about it because I want to hear that experience. You know what I'm saying? Because it might not be all bad, but I'm also going to warn people who haven't had this experience that this is my experience. So be careful. You know what I'm saying? That's just one.
And never ever pay for help. If
Facts.
somebody says they're gonna help you, that's help. You know what I mean? You don't pay for help.
Nah.
You know,
You never pay
Like,
for someone
you know.
to say, anybody who says they're helping you, you shouldn't have to pay for them to believe in you. That doesn't make sense. That means that person truly doesn't believe in you. If they asking you for some money, then all that, anything they said prior to that is really invalid, because if you believe in what I'm doing is dope or hot or fire, whatever the fuck they say, and your DM, the emoji, whatever they send you, you know what I'm saying? If my shit is that, you know what I'm saying? Why do I gotta pay you? Like, why do I gotta pay you? Just let's work. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, that's what it should be. You see me, you recognize me. If you see talent and you say you see talent, then we should be doing different procedures. You know what I'm saying? Not me giving you some money, my little bit of money. What's
Right.
that doing for you? You know what I'm saying? What is my little bit of money doing for you? And that's another thing. A lot of these artists ain't getting money like you think they are. You know what I'm saying? Really be woke to what's going on in this music industry. These artists ain't
Right.
doing this because it's fun and everybody's doing it as a club. They doing this because they broke. You know what I'm saying? They doing this because they can't get these shows that they was doing. They doing this because, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, they desperate right now. You know what I'm saying? So when you see people get desperate and resort to acts or things like that, it really shows about who your character is. You know what I'm saying? And there's different ways they'll approach you with that too.
Yeah, your talent is the product.
Facts.
They don't need money. Your talent is the money. That's the reason at this level, at the ground level that we're all at right now, your talent is the product. You know what I mean? Like, if you a legend, what can I do for, you know, my little bit of money is not going to do nothing
Right.
for you. What I have to offer is my talent, you know, because that's what's going to eventually make the real
Exactly.
money.
And that's what you always got to
So if
keep in
somebody says
mind.
they believe in you.
What you
Exactly.
selling is your talent. You know what I'm saying? And if you like that talent, you're selling. You're not on social media to buy things. So anytime someone approaches you to buy something, you doing the wrong thing on there. You already doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And they'll approach you in different ways because now they got the new things. Oh, I do a story shout out. I do you a shout out. I do you this. I do you that. Intro. Yeah, it's $700 for an intro. And these people that like rap legends, you know what I'm saying? Rap legends, people I seen like, you made me want to rap. You know what I'm saying? You made me want to rap. I just listen to your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, nigga approached me and asked me for like $1,000 to do an intro. I'm like, first of all, bro, you fell off. I don't even think your verse is worth $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real. Like, second of all, it's like, where is it? What does that get me? Why are you introing on my song if you ain't on the song? Like, why are you? That's a fact. That doesn't even make sense. Why are you shouting me out if we ain't never worked together and you probably can't even name one of my songs? You know what I'm saying? And not only that, yeah, it's tight if only one, if he doing it for just you. But when he doing it for you and 50 other artists, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it devalues. I heard Wallow, shout out to Wallow 267. I heard him say, you know, if it's not adding value, it's devaluing the value.
Exactly.
So think about that. When somebody's doing a shout out and they may have done the shout out for 50, 50 artists, life is supply and demand. If it's a big supply, there's little demand. It holds less relevance. This is not the legend that, you'd be lucky if they sign a fucking CD or whatever. I don't know. But this is like, he out here hungry. He doing anything for money. He doing shout outs. He doing Instagram stories. And you just going to get lost in it. You're not. And I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody, because depending on your music, depending on your craft, depending on how prepared you are for that opportunity. And that's another thing we want to talk about, being prepared when you get that opportunity. That can kind of dictate where it's going to go, but a large majority, you're not going to really be at that level to outshine the 500 other motherfuckers that's you competing with.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta be ready to, you know what I'm saying? Number one, you gotta also realize, well, get money. We can dig in that rabbit hole for a long time, you know what I'm saying, talking about that whole particular situation. But you know what I'm saying? Another thing that we see people waste their money on, different things like that, is like story posts. Like, that's not, like, I see people that like a celebrity or some sort of influencer, they'll charge you like, yo, pay.
Or even like little bootleg ass media pages. They go and buy some fucking Instagram
they buy
followers. They got
100K likes and nobody big follows them. It's like, you got to realize, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really paying for promotion. You're just paying to put money in other people's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's not doing nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? If you are going to pay for something like that, make sure you at a legit hip hop media page that people are respecting. You know what I'm saying? That's verified. You know what I'm saying? Like, that people look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like the big ones, like Say Cheese,
do your homework.
Rap.
Do your homework.
Like, it's a lot of them. Shout out to all of the good ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that is really doing something and it's a verified media source.
And I will say that there's even some smaller ones. There's some smaller outlets that are working. They're operating legit. It's a couple of them out in New Jersey.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know them by name, but
yeah,
there is
the New Jersey ones
out there.
The New Jersey ones is big. If you're a Jersey artist, you should be tapped into all of them pages. You know what I'm saying? I'm upset with myself that I can't give it off the top of the head, but the NJ Hip Hop, the NJ Artist page, like, type, if you just search any of that, they'll pull up. You know what I'm saying? And they always have, you know what I'm saying, a lot of artists on there, and that's legit stuff. They tapped in with a lot of the state. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of interconnects you with the other people in the state that's doing things, because even though Jersey is little, it's big. You know what I'm saying? You got to really tap into everybody.
And even on a larger platform, like, I know it sounds a little cliche, like, oh, you got to be popping in your area first, but your area is where you have the most access to. So you want to, I heard, I believe I heard Nipsey say in the interview, he was talking about just operating within the realm of where you're at. So you can't be a superstar off the rip if you don't have the superstar resources. A lot of these big artists, they got machines behind them. You know what I mean? They got millions of dollars behind them. That's how they can captivate the world at one time. Us as local artists, we just control within our means. And I'm not saying go out in the streets to be looking corny and handing out pamphlets and CDs and bullshit. I'm saying, reach out to the people out there that have a little bit of influence. Reach out, if you in fucking Atlanta, reach out to the Atlanta people. If you in fucking Seattle, reach out to the Seattle people. And if you in Jersey, try to connect with people that got a little bit of influence in Jersey. You got to make them small gains before you make the big ones. So I think that's very important.
Key, man. Really mixing in with the culture is really key. You know what I'm saying? If you're not connected out here, you isolating. And if you isolating, you're never going to get big, because isolation ain't going to let you do anything bigger than what you're doing. You know You know what I'm saying? That's just your one little spot, your one little connection is you. You got to really reach out, you know what I'm saying? Utilize different connections and utilize different people. And not only that, but for the people who aren't growing in your city, for the people who are trying to utilize their city, for the people who aren't feeling like they're getting, the feedback or the reaction or the respect that they need from their community where you're doing things. Yo, remember, the world is so much bigger than your county. You know what I'm saying? Your county is a small dot in a real big bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really irrelevant because the world is such a big playground that you can try to make your shit blow up somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You could blow up somewhere else outside of your city, you know what I'm saying, and totally be a star, you know what I'm saying, and they'll appreciate the shit out of you. And meanwhile, your city's sleeping on you. So don't gauge yourself based off of your city or your surroundings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not at all. Just make sure that you're operating within your means. So if you have the resources to effectively reach out to people, then definitely do that. You know, and by effectively, I mean you're just able to connect with the people around there. You're able to network. Not saying you have to be there physically, but just make sure that you really tap in and that you're really in tune with what's going on in their culture. You know, wherever you're being respected. And I'll be honest, from my own artist perspective, the place I spent majority my whole like growing up period. I mean, I really can't even. I don't really even know if they fuck with my music like that. I found a lot of success after I moved into a new area. So, like you were saying, back to what you were saying, you don't necessarily have to be popping locally in order to blow up, but you do just have to operate within your means. So, just do what you can do comfortably.
That's a fact. And I mean, that kind of brings me to my next point of, you know what I'm saying, don't be afraid to do features with other artists. That's an effective way to work, but you do want to watch out for the scammy type of features, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had a lot of different experiences with features, and a lot of times we'll tell ourselves, all right, features, that's a good way to branch out. That's a good way to connect with a different fan base or work with a different artist, or maybe just create something dope that could blow up. You know what I'm saying? That's a very true, you know what I'm saying, scenario for features, you know what I'm saying? But you also got to watch out for the scammy things. Now, me personally, I've had a lot of good, I've had some good experiences. I can't say a lot of good, but I've had some good experiences with feature. It was challenging.
I definitely got burned.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm gonna let you talk about that, and that's one thing I really wanted you to talk about too. I will say I had one good experience. I had one good experience that I will talk about. Shout out Young Swag. He did a feature for my younger brother Meech for his first project, Esoteric Riches, and that was a dope process. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It took some time. It was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of, you know what I'm saying, sending him money, waiting. He had a lot of things that happened that kind of prevented him from getting the record done in a timely manner that we agreed on, but he carried through with his word. He gave us a good verse. And ultimately it was a good, you know what I'm saying, promotion tactic and help with the album. It was a dope verse. You know what I'm saying? It was a good song. Shout out Meech, at Meech Parish. Shout out Young Swag, at Young Swag. Both of them dope artists. So that was a good experience, you know what I'm saying? I had a part in that experience, you know what I'm saying? And I helped kind of put that together. Also, Darren, shout out Darren Gucci, my other brother, he had a piece of that too, you know what I'm saying? He had the connection with Swag. So that was dope, you know what I'm saying? But we all played a nice role in that. In that scenario, it was kind of sketchy at first, but it definitely worked out good, you know what I'm saying? But then, Lux, I think you had a different experience with someone. I'll let you talk about that.
I had two scenarios, one negative and one that could have been extremely positive. But I'm gonna talk about the negative one first, and then I'll kind of get into the positive one, because I want to stay on topic. But the negative one, I had my little brother sent me actually, it wasn't my little brother. I was on Instagram, and one thing I like to do is try to follow, do my research on people to try to, I try to look for my, as artists, we try to find our way in. So when we trying to find our way in, we reach in we dig down rabbit holes. It's like, okay, if I'm trying to get in contact with, if I'm trying to get in contact with such and such, I know that such and such follows this person. So I'm going to check them out and I'm going to try to get in contact with them.
That's a good method, by the way. Note that. That's a good method. Also realize that that's something that we both practice. And if you don't do that, learn how to do that. Learn how to start trying to get yourself connected with certain people, whoever you're trying to get connected with.
Right. Because even if that person knows somebody that knows somebody, if you can cut that person down, I know you're a strong believer
6 degrees of
in 6
separation.
degrees of
Exactly,
separation.
bro. Yeah, six
You're
people
6
away.
people away from anybody.
Exactly.
Remember that.
From one person that you need. And not only that, but God can place one person in front of you that could change your life. But that's a different conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But 6 people, definitely, I do firmly believe that you are 6 people away from anybody that you want to be in connection with. You just got to find out who those 6 people are and get in contact with them to try to make things happen in life. You got to always be networking.
Right.
But go ahead with your story.
So I was I was trying to get in contact with the Jay Prince camp, with Rap A Lot Records, because I felt like I respect where he comes from. I respect a lot of the things that he does, and I could see myself working within those confines with somebody, a successful businessman that I respect.
Right.
So when I was doing a little bit of digging, I came across his son's page, and his son's has an artist under him. He goes by the name Lil J So Icy. So I had clicked on his page. I was checking his shit out, and he had posted an Instagram story talking about he was doing features. DM him. Cool. So I DM him. I'm like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? I had a track. I had a record ready. So I figured it was something that he could vibe with. So I'm like, all right, this might be a good opportunity, because if I do business with him, as doing business with Jay Prince's son, if I do business with Jay Prince's son, I'm essentially doing business with Jay Prince. I'm cutting down that line. I'm trying to get in, But this is where you have to use that wisdom. You just have to really use that knowledge, because looking back in retrospect, I paid him for the feature, and dude ended up, this nigga dicked me around for probably 3-4 months. I'm gonna get to the studio today. The studio's out. The studio's under construction. This, that, and the third. And then eventually had got to the point where it was about 3-4 months down the line. I'm like, yo, I got a project coming out pretty soon. He had put a delay on my project and everything. I had a project coming out. I'm like, yeah, I kind of need you to come through on that feature. We had agreed initially that he was going to do the feature within like a couple day time span.
Right.
So that's another thing. Make sure you got that paperwork. You do a feature, man. Get that paperwork.
Yeah,
Please get that paperwork, because when you just go on word of mouth and you cash apping motherfuckers and you Venmo them like I did, that's how you get burnt. Because even after I had said, yo, I politely put a little bit of pressure on, like, yo, bro, I need you to come through on that. Like, I really need you to come through on that. Like, I want to get that out, and I feel like my fans want to, they want to hear more of me. I need to get more content out there.
Right. Not only that, you paid for it.
Dude got nasty with me.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that.
I paid for it, and I paid for it.
I paid for my shit. Give it to me.
I
Fuck
paid
all the
for it.
polite
Exactly. I'm trying to be polite. I'm trying to be polite about it, but yeah, I paid for that shit. And then this nigga, he showed his ass. You know what I mean? He basically said, fuck me, fuck my project. And because I realized that at that moment, it's not too much I can do. I'm in New Jersey. You know what I mean? Like, this nigga's in God knows where. He just kind of got me, man. And, part of me wanted to reach out to Jay Prince's camp, be like, yo, man, you got an artist out here. He's operating under you, but he out here scamming people. He out here scamming people left and right.
Like, and then this is me just chiming in, but he did have a legit looking page. You know what I'm saying? Had pictures with Jay Prince, Rap A Lot Chain. You know what I'm saying? So he very much so might have been the guy that is, you know what I'm saying? He the thing about it is he very much so probably is who he was. You know what I'm saying? Meaning he wasn't pretending to be somebody.
Who he said he was. Me and this dude had phone conversations. We chopped it up on the phone. You know what I mean? We gonna do the thing. He said he coming out to Philly. We gonna vibe the whole nine. Like, this nigga really, he showed his ass. So that's why when you do features, man, please do your homework.
Offer to do paperwork in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? If it's money being exchanged, if there's large amounts of money being exchanged, and I'm gonna be honest,
and there's no excuse for no paperwork. I asked him for paperwork initially, and he said that, if we do paperwork, we got to operate through the label, and it's going to go from X amount to X amount.
And at that point, and that's when we should have
3-4 times
walked away. But it's a learning experience.
That's when we should have walked away from it. But shout out to Jay Prince's camp. I know that Jay Prince ain't have nothing. You know what I mean? I want to believe. I know you read his book, and we talked a lot about how he values respect. So no disrespect to his camp, but Lil J Icy, that nigga scammed me.
Weak ass shit, straight up, some weak ass shit. Anybody that's out here, and it's a lot of people like straight that, up. Man. You have to be careful for that. And I even enlighten y'all with a little other experience I had too. Thinking of that, I do have a negative experience too. You know what I'm saying? Not so much negative because I got scammed, but it just shows you why you want to be prepared and always utilize your opportunity. When you going in for a feature, my best advice for you is have the song ready, be ready to work at that very moment. You know what I'm saying? If you reach out to somebody, be ready to work at that moment. Don't reach out to so-and-so, and when they hit you back, you're sitting there like, well, hold on, let me get a song ready. Well, give me a couple days, and like you be ready. You know what I'm saying? If you hit that person up, be ready with a song that you feel like they would be good on. Don't just send the song that you did last night in the studio because that's all you got. Be ready, be mindful, you know what I'm saying? Like really focus on what you're doing and do it in a way that's gonna, you know, be strategic. You know what I'm saying? If I could give it any definition, be strategic in what you're doing.
I mean, my other story with Features, I had an opportunity through a series of events. I had an opportunity to work with a legend. Shout out Currency. I had an opportunity to work with him. And me and him was exchanging DMs. And at that moment, just to kind of piggyback off what you're talking about, in my mind, I was thinking like I want to do a song with Currency, but when I didn't think Currency was actually going to entertain the idea because of where I was at, you know. And when you send these DMs, I heard it from somebody who's been at that level. Well, actually, you heard it from somebody.
That's the story I was trying to get into.
They see them
that's the
DMs.
story I wanted to get into real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we had a price, but at that moment, I wasn't ready. So, you know, I kind of hit him with a price that, looking back in retrospect, it was disrespectful considering his status and what he's accomplished in his music career. And I should have, I wish I would have just been ready to do it to meet him in his terms, because I had that opportunity. You never know what that could have did for my career.
That's a fact.
But just being ready, you know, reach out to these people, man, and be ready, have that track ready, have that bag ready, you know, have that paperwork ready, have it ready.
Facts. And that's another thing that's why I was getting into that story. The whole situation for me was like I had an opportunity to do a record with Fred the Godson. Shout out Fred the Godson, rest in peace. He passed away this year, 2020, from coronavirus. But right before that, probably 2 or 3 weeks before that, I had the opportunity to speak with him on the phone. I reached out to him, and it was a prime example of not really having a song. I was just kind of reaching out to a lot of people blindly. You know what I'm saying? And not really being prepared, and just kind of really just reaching out to people who I thought would be dope to work with. You know what I'm saying? He hit me back, and he was like, yo, what's your number? I'm gonna call you. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I shot him my number. You know what I'm saying? He called me. He really called me. He hits me up. I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? So it's really him, picks up the phone. So I'm like, for a second, we talking, we chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? I just told him how much I appreciated his work and stuff like that, how he was a dope artist, you know what I'm saying, and an influence, you know what I'm saying, to a lyricist or a person that appreciates lyricists like me, you know what I'm saying, or lyrics. But just really chopping it up with him, you know what I'm saying? We had a few minute conversation, and then we had got to a point in the conversation where we was talking about working together. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what can you do? So we talked about price-wise, what I could do. And he really blessed me, you know what I'm saying, on the price, you know what I'm saying, because I was just transparent. And that really ties back to, just being prepared, you know what I'm saying, have your money ready, you know what I'm saying, because you just want to be ready at that moment at all times. It don't matter what, you know what I'm saying, just always be ready. But we was talking, blessed me with a good price, you know what I'm saying, we chopped it up, he's like, good. But one of the gems that he dropped with me was, he said, yo, don't ever think that these big artists don't see your DMs when you sending these DMs to these big artists. And he told me that, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. I'm like, what you mean, Fred? He was like, they see your messages. He was like, just don't ever think that they don't see your messages. He said, they see your messages, but they don't respond because they want to make you feel like they bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever let nobody feel like they bigger than you. And that also lets you know something also is, we all men. We're men and women, you know what I'm saying, for the female MCs or whatever artists, if you out there and you listening, you're a woman. But men, we men. As men, you got to realize, we all men, we humans. You know what I'm saying? If you want to break it down to something smaller than that, we just humans. You know what I'm saying? And human interaction is just a natural part of life. You know what I'm saying? So you should never be, taken back by any type of interaction, and always have the confidence and believe in yourself. But long story short, I didn't have the song ready. I was like, yo, can you give me a couple days to have the right song? Because I was kind of like, I want to make sure I got the right song. This Fred, I want to have this shit right. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I had some songs, I wanted to have the right song. So I didn't really bet on myself in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, I took a couple days to get him the song. I got him the song. I had already paid him. Everything's locked in. You know what I'm saying? And he was writing to it. A couple days later, he couldn't get into the studio because the pandemic was happening. This is the beginning of the year. The pandemic was happening. New York started shutting down because they got hit real heavy with the coronavirus or whatever. So they started shutting down. He couldn't make it to the studio. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to get in. He was going. He was supposed to go. He didn't make it that day because he said his asthma started acting up. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then he said the next day, he was like, a couple days later, he was like, he's in the hospital. I gave him some time. I hit him back a couple days later, like, yo, bro, you know, again, I was on a deadline. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get the record, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, my asthma's still acting up, something like that. And then next thing you know, news broke that he was in the hospital. But I had already knew that. He told me he was pretty much sick prior to the news even breaking. So long story short, you see what happened with that scenario. You know what I'm saying? He went to the hospital and he ended up passing away to coronavirus. So rest in peace, right, to Godson. But that's another opportunity of that could have been an opportunity, you know, not on no opportunist type shit, but he could have gave me a verse possibly before he passed away. And that would have been legendary. You know what I'm saying? That would have been something just truly dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about timing, you know what I'm saying, and really being ready for anything at the opportunity because them.
And being preparation.
Because them 2 days, if I'd have had that record ready right then and there, that's 2 days he would have had extra to get my record done or get it done early. You know what I'm saying? And things could have changed. But, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, that's just not really important. But that's just a story on, yo, how you can learn, yo, how to really be prepared and always be ready. You know what I'm saying? Just always be ready for your opportunity because you don't know when God is going to present you with an opportunity.
That's a fact, man. You can't, you know, I'm a strong believer in God. Right. And you can't dictate when your blessing is going to come. You know what I mean? You can't calculate it. You can't say, all right, it's going to happen tomorrow. You can't say it's going to happen in an hour or whatever the case may be. So that's why it's so important to always be ready, to always have your stuff together, because if that opportunity presents itself, you want to be ready. Not only do you want to be ready physically, you want to be ready spiritually. Right. You know what I mean? Be ready to be able to receive that. So, you know, that's a perfect example, man.
I'm glad you brought that up because I missed out on that part of the conversation, but I did say we was politicking for a little bit. We was kind of going back and forth. But yo, that was the one thing that he said to me. He was like, I don't know why I'm talking to you. It was a Sunday. He was like, I don't know why I'm talking to you right now. It's Sunday morning. He was like, I ain't even had my coffee yet. And he laughed a little bit. So we started laughing because I know how, as a coffee drinker, you know how important that is to get your coffee before you do anything in the day. So the fact that this man was talking to me before he had coffee and fed his kids on a Sunday morning, he was like, God looked you out on this one. He was like, I don't know why I'm talking to you. He was like, God put something on me to talk to you and work with you. He was like, so what can we do? You know what I'm saying? And he was in contact with me. You know what I'm saying? I think he was a thorough dude. I do not believe that was a scam. I think unfortunate situations changed those events. You know what I'm saying? But I do think it was a God-sent conversation and it was a moment to talk to somebody before they transition, you know what I'm saying, into whatever they went in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a dope experience, man. It was a dope experience. And I was down for a little bit, like, damn, I didn't get my feature. But I was also just happy to be able to talk to a legend, you know what I'm saying, a rap legend before, you know, his unfortunate passing. But it was a crazy experience, yo. And I think that just really testifies to the things of, being ready, you know what I'm saying, being smart, for, you know, smart investments and bad investments and things like that.
It's important. Yeah. It's doing your homework. Like when you enter somebody's realm, these people are professionals. You know, they do this for a living. They're, you know, every aspect of life has their professional realm, you know, whether it's basketball, you know, sports, whether it be music, or you could be an artist, you could be a painter, everything has their professional realm. So when you reach out into that professional realm, you need to present yourself as a professional. And part of being a professional is being prepared. You're not going to go to ShopRite and buy a bag of chips if, you know, they ain't getting their order until 3 weeks from now. You know what I mean? Like when you pay for them chips, you want them chips. So it's about being prepared. ShopRite was prepared. You was prepared. I know that's like a weak example, but it's just about being prepared.
You know what I'm saying? Like another thing that I think is important and being aware of is, you know what I'm saying, continuing on with the topic of scams and wasting your money in this IG shit. I mean, features. So to cap off that, features can be a good, features can be a bad, 50-50. You know what I'm saying? It's really, there's no guarantee in the success or the negativity that may come from a feature. You know what I'm saying? There's no guarantee in that. But only thing you could do is be prepared. And I think if anything out of those stories from both of us, I think the most important thing that you can take away from that is, just be prepared. Be really prepared. Try to fail safe yourself as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? And do your homework.
Do your homework. What I'm saying? Get that paper.
Another thing that you can waste your money on, is playlist placements, playlist placements. I think that's a big waste of money in certain scenarios, unless you're looking at a real legit playlist. If you're looking at, Spotify has playlists, Apple has playlists. I know Apple playlists are a little bit harder to get on the verified ones, but there are a lot of verified Spotify playlists that can help you bring traction to your page, traction to your music, help your career grow, help your music grow, help you get some fans, you know what I'm saying, and help people hear the music that you putting hard work into. That's important.
I think something to look out for when you're doing like playlisting, because playlisting is godsend if you use it right, because it can open you up to a variety of fans.
Not
like,
only that,
everywhere.
but generate revenue.
But you want to look out for
revenue when you get these streams. You generating revenue from your streams if everything is uploaded properly from these platforms. You get paid for these streams.
Right. You want to with playlisting, you want to make sure that there's no guarantees. So if somebody says, "Yo, I can guarantee I'll get you 10K plays,"
that's a scam.
That's a scam.
If somebody's reaching out to you with the same generic line of, "Yo, DM me in your comments," and then they follow you up with a DM with, "Yo, I can help you grow. I got growth campaigns," and they send you a bunch of fake ass screenshots of people saying, "Yo, you helped me out. Thank you so much." Be mindful. That's not real. You know what I'm saying? Real, anything that has value is not scrounging around. If you have value, think about it. If you had $1 million, are you going to be scrounging around asking everybody for $1? You're not going to be doing that because you have $1 million and you have value. Right. So things that have value don't devalue themselves, you know, to do things that are basically irrelevant and not really adding any value. Goes back to what we were saying earlier, like Lux said, don't devalue the value. So that would be devaluing the value. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's important. You know what I'm saying? Is realize that is what somebody is offering. Does it even have any value? You know what I'm saying? Look at the numbers and be very mindful because, yo, there's fake streams out there. There's people that'll put you on fake playlists and just, put fake streams on your shit can get you banned, get your music taken down.
Right, get your shit taken down. Get your shit took down. You can't even upload to
Spotify or nothing like that anymore because they will catch you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be mindful because Spotify is not going to listen to, "Oh, well, I did such and such with so-and-so and it wasn't me and it was somebody. Can you please?" It's like, nah, because literally when you get streams, you get paid. You know what I'm saying? You should be familiar with that. And that's another thing. If you're not uploading your music to verified platforms, Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon, Pandora, all these different places, your music should be everywhere. Your music should be everywhere. If your music is not everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We're having these conversations assuming that you already have that information and you're doing that. Most artists are doing that now. It's so easy. That information is out there. There's so many different distribution platforms that you can get linked in with online, TuneCore, DistroKid, so many different things, all these different places. There's a ton of them, you know what I'm saying, that you can use and utilize that get you on different platforms. If you're not utilizing that, you want to do that. But you collect your money off of that. You know what I'm saying? You can make money. It's not a lot of money, but it's money that you're making off of music. And that's important because your hard work deserves to be paid for. And you don't want to get that taken down or mess up your revenue stream by, putting some fake ass playlist that you don't even know is a fake ass playlist. So that's definitely something you want to watch out for. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
I mean, there's resources out there. I know there's, just to kind of give y'all some tools to bring into like real life. There's websites like Chartmetrics, where you can kind of look up playlists. You can do your homework. You can find a curator. You want to reach out to the curator and make sure that y'all vibe. You know what I mean? Because if it's a legit playlist, believe me, they value the music just as much as you, and they're not going to put nothing in there because curators essentially have a playlist and they have fans of their playlist. So in a sense, they're artists, so they respect their craft. Yeah. It's their reputation. They're not just going to put no bullshit in there.
That's a more accomplished feeling.
So you got to make sure
in mind too to know that somebody really genuinely fucks with your music rather than you just paid somebody to fuck with your music.
Right. Legit curators, they make their money off the playlist. You know what I mean? They might sell slots. It might, I'm not going to say that you don't pay for slots. I'm not going to say that, but I will say that, there's ways to verify on the back end that, hey, these streams are looking pretty legit and that this curator has a real following. You just want to make sure that you're just not getting put on no fucking playlist and you getting, 10,000 plays from Brazil. You know what I mean? And nobody follows you on Instagram from Brazil. So, it's just about doing your homework and just being aware. I really can't.
That's a fact, and that ties into those playlist placements and fake ones and stuff like that. That's all fake promo stuff. That's people that'll message you and they'll tell you they got growth, they can grow you, they can do this, they can make you viral.
Right.
People that make those promises are lying to you. Nobody can guarantee that. And if they can guarantee that, then that means they're playing with the numbers. And if they're playing with the numbers, it's not real. It's not worth your time. Don't get blocked. Don't get banned.
Right. Because it doesn't matter how many streams you have. If you don't have fans, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter because you're gonna have to.
Yeah, your numbers can look great, but if you don't have no fans, like, exactly. What are we doing this for?
And that's truly what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing music for numbers, then you're just doing music for numbers, and I guess that'll work for you. But if you're doing music to really connect with people and really generate fans and people that want to interact with you and support your career, then that's what you want to really look for. Is just the real things, the key things that we're saying here. You know, looking out for that stuff and avoiding all the shit that is just going to, you know, take you to a dead end. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that you got to go ahead.
And I think some with Instagram scams, just to kind of, you know, you can determine whether it's a scam or not real fast. If somebody DMs you and they have this great offer and it's like all these great things that they can do for you, and then you click on their page, overly excited, and you click on their page and they don't even follow you.
That's like,
come on, man. They don't even follow you
right there. These people are like, they'll even come to your page.
Love my music so much.
They'll like all your pictures. They're like all your pictures, comment a million times. You know what I'm saying? DM me. Cover art scams. I was scammed by somebody who offered me cover art one time. You know what I'm saying? Because I do cover art. You know what I'm saying? But I sometimes I just be like, want to, you know, get something new completely outside of my mind and just let somebody else do it. And you know, somebody scammed me for $50 out of cover art. Luckily, I was able to get it back from my bank. You know what I'm saying? But totally took the money. Said he was gonna do it in like a certain amount of time, and then blocked me after like a day. He blocked me and was just like avoiding me and shit. Like, it was crazy, but I don't know, man. You got to be careful, you know. And that was a dude. He had all these pictures and shit like that. Like, that he did all these cover arts, and it looked like a legit page and everything. It was just like crazy.
A lot of times they'll steal other people's cover art and just upload it to their Instagram.
Of that, you know what I'm saying? Be mindful of that. Producers would do that with, you know, fake producers would do that too. That's another conversation for another day. But look out for niggas, you know, fake producers selling other niggas beats. You know what I'm saying? Look out for that type of shit too. You know what I'm saying? But verify who you talking to. Verify who you talking to, man. Verify who you talking to. See if they have other platforms that they're. You can't just be big on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Verify where these people are coming from. Try to have face-to-face conversations through FaceTime or something like that, or at least a phone call where you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, have a conversation with this person and really try to, you know, make some sort of a connection. Because if a person ain't willing to do that, then 9 times out of 10, they on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't waste your time with that. Verification scams, another big thing. People who are trying to tell you, I can get you verified. That's not real. You know what I'm saying? You cannot get verified through an Instagram comment. The promises they make are crazy. That's not how that shit works. You know what I'm saying? So
believe me, you're not gonna spend no 40 to, you know, $300, $400. You're not getting verified on Instagram through that. Instagram is the only place that can verify you.
Facts.
They're the only ones.
You know what I'm saying? And it's really just looking at what you're working. You know what I'm saying? You got to make your presence notable. You know what I'm saying? You got to be searchable online. You know what I'm saying? And it's really luck of the draw. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got to have God.
And we're going to get into that, like how you can, you know, where you can redirect your money in order to get closer to these goals, whatever your small goals are, whatever your major goals are. Like, we'll definitely get into that. But definitely be aware of that.
Be aware of the fake talent management. You know what I'm saying? People that's coming to you and they talking about they want to manage you and they can help you and they can connect you. Like, it's really getting crazy. I got verified people that message me like all day trying to sell me things about how they can grow my career. And I'm not even messaging them. Like, they're not reading my messages that I say back. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, stop hitting me, da-da-da. They just keep coming and they keep saying, like, yo, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. And it's like, yo, it's super crazy, you know what I'm saying? So fake talent management, people that tell you that this is my manager, I work with so-and-so and all this. Look out for that. It don't matter if the person is verified. It don't matter, man. Look at the work ethic of the person. Look who the person is. Search the person, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. See who this is. You know what I'm saying? See if they really have connections with who they say they have connections with. Showcasing, man, like, you should never be paying nobody to perform, really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess in certain situations, I guess you do have to pay, but if you are going to be paying to perform, make sure it's somebody notable. Make sure it's going to be people, actual fans there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be exactly somebody who's really famous. If you're paying to open up for somebody who's really famous, even if it's a lower level, you know, celebrity, like, and it's just somebody who has fans, that's an opportunity. That's a real opportunity. But never pay to go perform at these showcases where it's nobody there but other artists. You know what I'm saying? Because you really just, it's not going to do nothing for you. And I've done that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too proud to say that I have, you know, I've done that or whatever, and I've seen what it looks like. And you got to do things to experience, you know what I'm saying? So you know, like, all right, that doesn't work. Check it off the list.
Right. And I'll be honest with you, you know, even if you do find yourself in a showcase, man, don't go to the showcase expecting to get signed, but go to the showcase and kind of evaluate the situation for what it is. You're going to be on a stage. You're going to be performing. Utilize those resources. Make sure you bring your cameraman. Make sure you bring your videographer. You know, utilize that. Get content. Get the most from it. You know,
exactly.
Get comfortable with the stage.
And that's a good point. Look, that's a good point, yo.
Performing.
You wanna if you're doing it for those reasons, to just get comfortable on the stage and just be in front of other people, and yeah, you do have an opportunity to make some artists listen to your music and maybe get a couple fans or connections and network. If you're going for those purposes, then it's worth the money. You're really just kind of going more or less convention mindset. Like, I'm just going to network and be a part of something and make connections. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? Right. But go into it with that mindset. Don't go into it like, oh, I'm paying because I'm gonna get in front of all these people and I'm gonna rock the crowd. And you might, but you might not. So don't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself down if you don't, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, you know, I guess showcases can be good. They're debatable, you know what I'm saying? I guess we can leave that with debatable, because they can, if it's legit, you know, you may have some good experiences. If you don't, you know, that's kind of, you know, being mindful of what you're going into.
Right. And that's it, you know, just setting I'm big on expectation, you know. I try to set myself with the right expectation prior to going into anything. So that way, when I get into it, I did my homework, I did my research, I know what I'm going to expect. And, you know, that can either, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's more than what I expected. So it's just all about preparing yourself for what it is. And part of that, like, you know, I can't reiterate it anymore, is just doing your homework. Just know what you're getting into, know the person you're dealing with, know the entity that you're dealing with. And just know how they operate and what they're capable of, because 9 times out of 10, if they're reaching out to you, they're reaching out to you. You know what I mean? It's not it's not vice versa. They're not reaching out to you because they have more to offer. They're reaching out to you because you have more to offer to them than they do to you.
So I mean, I think a good rule of thumb, just for that whole topic of conversation, is genuinely man, never pay for help. Never pay for help. If somebody is coming to you and talking about helping you, do not pay for no fucking help. That shit is not fucking real. It's not real. If you believe in me, it shouldn't cost. It should not cost for you to believe in me. And if it does cost for you to believe in me, then I'm going to go find somebody that believes in me for free. Fuck that.
Right. Because they're looking at you, man. They're looking at you like, yo, you know, you're only worth what you're paying them up front. Now, if you're paying a PR person or a publicist or something like that, that's different. But when you're paying a talent scout or A&R or something like that, or somebody that's supposed to boost your talent,
facts. Nah. I mean, it's a lot of good ways to really invest in your money as an artist too. You know what I'm saying? Just to flip it to the positive, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, there are ways to be positive. You know what I'm saying? There are ways to spend your money and invest your money as an artist that are productive. Just to go over a few of those. I mean, I personally, I think the best way to really start that situation is address, like, what's your overhead as an artist? You know what I'm saying? What is your overhead?
Exactly. So if you're paying for your studio time, you're paying for your videos, you're paying for your cover art, you're paying for your all your content, you getting the cameraman and shit, your overhead's really high. But if you have knowledge and you empower yourself, your overhead can be really low. Me personally, you know, I was blessed to you know, you hook me up where I can record myself. You know what I mean? I can record myself. I shoot my own videos. I shoot videos for y'all. We collaborate on the cover art. Right. I mean, we was shooting fucking music videos with iPhones at one point. And if you listen to this shit on an iPhone right now, you have the resources to boost yourself. I'm not saying you're gonna have the best quality, but you can go right in GarageBand. You can make you a little demo track. You know, save yourself some studio time. You can shoot you a music video on your phone. You can edit it in iMovie. I'm not saying it's gonna be the best video ever, but it's possible. You got to operate within the realm.
Within the realm that you're at. That's very important. We really took the time to utilize what we had and make the best of whatever it was that we was doing. So you got to keep that in mind, man. It's not impossible. It's not hard. It can be done, you know what I'm saying? So invest. But not only that, not accepting where you're at to be where you're always going to be. That's most important. Invest in your knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Because I started out, I didn't know how to record. I learned how to record. All this information is on the internet. We spend so much time looking at our phones with social media and shit like that we forget that, yo, you can still tap into a bunch of information, a bunch of knowledge and things that can help you grow and make money and save money at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to record people. It takes time. It takes hard work. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to get to a point where I feel comfortable with my recordings. And I feel like, you know, I've got a lot of good feedback from it to where it made me let me know, like, all right, cool. This is ready. This is radio ready. This is good enough for, me to put out. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to grow and get to that point, and I was able to grow to the point where I was actually able to share that, you know what I'm saying, with other people and help them too. So you want to get to that point, invest in yourself to where you have knowledge, and then you can also invest in other people that can invest back into you, because in return of me investing into my brothers, they was able to invest back into me. So we were able to complement each other, you know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing. Surround yourself with people who are going to help you grow. If you're not around somebody who's helping you grow or adding value to your situation, even if it's family, remove that person. You know what I'm saying? You have to alter the way you interact with that person.
Right. You don't bring your valuables around them person. You don't talk about your passions and your music and stuff like that for somebody who's really not supporting you and somebody who's really not trying to help you get there, because what it's going to do is going to hold you.
It's really about, it all starts in your mind. You know what I'm saying? If you bring people around you that don't add value, don't support your thoughts, don't support your dreams and your goals, ultimately that's just going to take away from you. But other things that, you can invest your money into as an artist, man, is like we said earlier, pitching yourself to real curators. I think that's super important. You know what I'm saying? Really trying to get yourself out there into crowds that are not your natural crowd, so you can pull those crowds into your crowd and create your own crowd. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely important. Enhancing your search presence. Lux, I know you got a lot of information on your SEO panels and enhancing your search presence.
I mean, if y'all want me to get more in depth with it after I give you kind of an explanation of it, just kind of shoot me a DM at Joey Lux, so at JoeyLuxx. But what I'm going to, just to kind of sum it up, your SEO presence is your presence online. So if your name, like for me, my name is Joey Lux, that's my rap name. So when you search Joey Lux on Google, you'll see all my information pop up. I made it to where Google prioritizes my information. So if a fan searches me, it makes it extremely easy. So your SEO panel is like, if you search my name,
you also
want
to have a landing spot too.
A landing zone, exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like SEO and search presence, all that is your landing zone. And I mean, you can even, not saying you have to have an SEO panel, because that takes time, that takes, legit blog articles, that takes, it takes money. It takes money.
It doesn't have to be the best landing zone. It just needs to be a landing.
It needs to be somewhere. If I click on your shit, I need to be able to find your music in like 3 seconds, or you lost my attention. You got
2 clicks max, and you got 8 seconds to catch somebody. You got 8 seconds. That's what the attention span is for somebody scrolling on their phone on social media. 8 seconds.
If I click on an artist page, and I'm not nobody to even be talking about like, I'll click on an artist page. But even as from a consuming standpoint and from a ground level standpoint, if I click on your page and I don't see some sort of link that can direct me to your music like real fast, I'm not going to go on Google and try to find it on SoundCloud and go through the 1,000 artists that have the same name as you. I lose interest. So I didn't even get a chance to. I'm not fucking with you I'm not saying I'm not fucking with you, but I'm not getting into your music based off of the fact that I can't find your music. So you want to make it easy to find your music. That's an investment. Make it easy to find your music. SEO panels, link trees, landing zones. That's the key word in this part. Landing zones.
Make a website. Whatever you got to do. Yeah.
Wix.com. Wix.com. Go on Wix.com. Don't be lazy. I made my website. Nobody made my website. I made my own website. It's very easy. It'll take you about an hour to learn how to operate through the thing. And within a couple of days, you'll have a fully functioning website where people can buy your merchandise and that's something else that you can invest
logos, branding. You know what I'm saying?
It's big. I mean, why don't you get into branding yourself?
Like, so your logos, branding yourself, merchandise, like, all of that different stuff is important. You know what I'm saying? You want to have things that have your name on it. You want to have things that people can connect with you. Because nowadays people want to be able to connect with you on a deeper level than just your music. People want to feel like they're doing what you're doing. They want to feel like they're wearing what you're wearing. They want to feel like, you know what I'm saying, that they're embodying your lifestyle, because that's what a true fan is. That's what a true supporter is. So you want to look for those people, you know what I'm saying? You want to target those people. You want to try to create experiences for those people. And you create those experiences with your logos, your branding, really branding your name, your logos, getting a logo made for yourself. And your artistry or whatever it is that you're doing or whatever your entity is, you want to brand yourself so people know that when they see that's you, and they can have something that they can attach themselves to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to create that.
Right. People ain't really buying into just solely music. Very few people are just buying into solely music. They want to buy into you. Like, you're the most interesting thing about my career is me. And that's something that everybody should carry. You're the product. And when you're the product, you're multifaceted. You can do multiple things with your brand. You can sell clothes. Like, you don't have to just make music, because 9 times out of 10, with the way the streaming game is going, shit, the music is not even the bag no more. That's why artists is hurting right now.
That's why we're
the scams is
utilizing
happening.
different options.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
yo, get in touch with your fans. Talk to the people that want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out there that want to hear this, and it's just about having your hands in a lot of different pots. Because as an artist, if you're just sitting in one zone and waiting for your songs to pop out, that may work, yes, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to take a really long time, or it's just not going to work at all. Be involved in different things. Get your name out there. Get your face out there. That's part of branding. That's part of, you know, being available to your fans to a certain degree. You don't have to be completely available, but you do need to be a certain level of available to your fans. And if you're one of those people that can do the social media thing, you like to be on the camera all day and you like to be, you know, chillers and, you know, live and things like that, do that. You know what I'm saying? Be in front of your fans.
Do it. And do it at a high caliber. And not only that, too. But like, be really good at
multiple times a week. Do it more than anybody else that's doing it, because that's the key. How dedicated you are, you know what I'm saying? And putting, you know what I'm saying, your work ethic on overdrive and really just outworking the competition. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a good point, man, because like when you mention like the trillers and stuff, it's just operating within your realm of comfortability. Like, I've never been the type of nigga that was out there. I ain't gonna dance on no TikTok or nothing like that. It's not me.
You're not gonna catch
it's not me.
You know what I'm saying? What's the June when the niggas is throwing their hand in the air and shit? I'm not doing that. The cha-cha shit.
You're not gonna catch me. I'm not doing it. That's not me. It's not me. I'm not doing it. But what I'm doing is, I feel like what we got is, we have we have a lot of knowledge, so we're offering that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, we just saying,
that's
like,
it. I'm just
what we know. That's it. But we're utilizing our resources. We're
and that's
utilizing
a big thing, man. Don't take what we saying as like we
so,
arrived and we so big and accomplished. Nah, these are the things that we learn. These are things that we learn. These are things that I'm sharing with you. If you're smart, you listen. If you're dumb, you still might listen. But I really hope that you take these things, man, and you grow with some of these things. And we got lots of shit that we want to give to y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is just like a small, just a small preview, the first episode. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just listen to the whole thing and conversation as we get to the end of it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, man. It's like all these verified scammers, man, talking about tagging a dope artist.
Right. And being and when I say verified individual, I ain't talking about no blue check. I'm talking about, is this a thorough person, you know what I mean? Like a solid person. You don't have to have a blue check to be solid, and you don't have to be a scammer if you don't have a blue check. There's people with the blue check that's scammers. You know what I mean? So it's just about being thorough. It's about utilizing your skills, utilizing whatever resources you have, whatever you're really good at. Because I know whoever is listening is really good at something. Like, you're really good at something.
But most importantly, man, be an asset and not a liability, because these labels, these artists, these people that you want to help better your career, help you take you to the next level, they looking for assets. They're not looking for liabilities. They're not looking for nobody that's going to, potentially be a loss. They want to look for somebody that's going to add value to their situation. So that just kind of adds back into the main theme of the day is, don't devalue your situation, add value to your situation.
And I'll be honest with you, man, just to kind of add to recap, just scams and adding value, like, to be honest with you, by the time you hear this, it could be another scam out there that we don't even know about. Yeah, I mean, so it's just about being on point. You know what I mean? It's being on point, being aware. And like I said 1,000 times in this podcast, just do your homework, please, because it's so much bullshit out here, man.
The first episode of I'm Just Saying, all hunters A in the building. You know what I'm saying? ALL100Z_AYE. Holla at me.
And y'all can check me out, Joey Lux. You know what I mean? At JoeyLuxx. You can pretty much find me on any platform. If it's not Joey Lux, it's the real Joey Lux. It's something along the lines of that. But y'all come check me out, man. Make sure you stream that Space Tape too. I just dropped that joint. I got 2020 out, new single. I got some new shit on the way too.
Until Later EP. I just dropped that, Apple Music, all platforms. Links on my page. Check that out. You know what I'm saying? Check out the Space Tape from Joey Lux. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for more visuals, more content. We're coming back to y'all with some more conversation. We're going to cover some different topics. In the meantime, don't be afraid to reach out to us on Instagram. Anywhere. Reach out to us. Let us know what you feel.
Please do.
Anything. Exactly.
Topics,
if you enjoyed this, let me know you enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? If it got you through your work week, you know what I'm saying? Let me know that. If it got you through a day and you know what I'm saying? Let me know that. If you smoke, let me know.
And also, also, if you're not a social media type of nigga and you just happen to come across this, you can email us at pickupthephone826@gmail.com. Y'all just shoot us an email, shoot us topics, whatever you just want to say. You know what I mean? That was some good shit. Appreciate that. Or you just want to say, y'all got to come harder. That's cool. You know what I mean? Put that pressure on us because I want to make it
not
as
only
best
that,
as
but
possible.
if you're another
You know what I mean?
artist out here, if you're up and coming, if you're an established artist, if you're a DJ, if you're a producer, if you're anybody in this creative game, reach out to us if you want to be a guest. You know what I'm saying? We more than welcome you know, having different guests and different opinions, you know, to kind of mix in and really just get the best opportunity out of everything. So don't be afraid, yo. Reach out to us.
We ain't on no scam shit, you know what I mean? You add that value, you know, we ain't gonna be talking no money and shit like that. So it's just all love. We just sharing good vibes, we sharing positivity, and you know, we just try to make it happen.
Facts.
We all trying to make it happen.
Hey, yo, we out.